Goodest of good folks, what is up and how are you doing? This is Valentine the Plug and I'm happy to see y'all joining me for another video. It is still R&B cookups in full effect and today we are cooking up another dope R&B beat. So let's not waste too much time, let's head into FL Studio. I'm gonna break down the chord progression that I got and after that it's gonna be a matter of laying down the drums, doing some little seasoning and making a banging beat for y'all to enjoy. Let's move. So boom, we are back here in FL Studio and as I said before, let's not waste too much time, let's get to business. So this is this neat little chord progression that I have here, and the instruments that I got are, just let me do a little roundup. I've got Noir from Complete 13 bringing the piano. I've got Electric Sunburst bringing the guitar patterns. I've got a pad from Expand, and I've got a vocal sample which I got off of Splice. And honestly, I gotta admit, I'm using Output Arcade and Exhale a lot less, just because it's so saturated. All the beats are saturated with those vocal chops. I like to go back to Splice. Took that, got the piano, added the pad, added the vocal sample, added the guitar. And you might be wondering what it sounds like. Well, it sounds a little something like this. Hold on. You know what gets me all crazy about this chord progression is that it has everything. It has a mood, it has a vibe. The pad and the vocal sample are bringing so much ambience to the beat. It tells me a story. As the days are getting darker, you want to turn the heater up, you want to cuddle somebody, you don't want to be alone in your room. This is just big R&B energy, and that is why I just keep going back to this genre. You have to experience this. I can sit here and hold an entire monologue about R&B, me being a super fan and all that. I just want y'all to experience. Go make some R&B chords. Practice at first. Learn your diminished chords, your inverted chords, your sustained chords. Whatever. Just go out there and experiment. So either way, this is what I got so far. I may record it, I may not, whatever. But at this point, I feel like it's important. Add a bass, add some drums, and get that ball rolling. So as I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm gonna do with this beat, I already know I want actually three different kinds of bass. I want to add an 808, so I'm gonna just go and plunder some drum kits for a good 808 sound. I definitely want to add, oh man, I did a fresh install of FL Studio. I see that I haven't added Reaktor 6 yet, but I want Monarch. I want that analog bass. I really love that analog bass that just goes, yo, stabby, that dun 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 dun. That's the kind of bass I want. And what I also want is just that, that staple in my R&B, that growler moog bass. So I'm gonna find those and I'm gonna construct some bass patterns. Just preemptively cut out a little bit of low end. How 808s are being processed. They got a shit ton of low end for really no reason, actually. I don't mind, in music or in art in general, they say kill your darlings. And I feel that definitely applies to making, urban, I hate urban, just black music in general. It's bassy as hell, often for good reason and most of the time for no reason. So I don't mind making big cuts in my low end for the sake of having it sit in a mix. Really, I don't mind. Alright, so now that's done, let's go and lay down some drums. So I really don't like repetitive hi-hat patterns. So I do keep them, I do try to lengthen them for the sake of having a lot more variation, because a boring hi-hat pattern, it can get boring. Hold on, it can get boring real quick. So you gotta really try your best to make them interesting enough. One little tip I want to give you when you're working with vocal samples is that you gotta make sure that they are there for the ambience. You can use them in two ways, multiple ways actually. You can use them, as a hook, as in you're not processing them too much. You're not trying to get them in the background for the ambience. You want them out there up front as a hook, and you're using them, sparingly. What I like to do, I like to have it faintly playing in the back, just for the sake of ambience, for a vibe, just a little Easter egg that you're gonna catch onto once you've listened to the potential song. I really hope that this is gonna turn into a potential song a couple of times, So that's why I'm really kind of anal about the processing. I like it to sit in the back. I make radical cuts. I don't want you to hear it, but I want you to hear it. I don't want it to be noticeable right away. I want you to go like, oh shit, that's there, holy cow. Add these little tidbits in your beat for keen listeners. Really make them go, damn. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the guitar pattern, because I feel like I want to add some more variation, Asian in the guitar pattern. So I'm gonna go back, record it into Edison, and then I'm gonna drop it, back into the playlist. So let's go and do that first. You can see me play with the variations. And for guitar patterns, like if you just want something to start with, Electric Sunburst Deluxe, or the regular version, is the sauce. It ain't the secret sauce, it's just the sauce. You feel me? Man, I've been having this beat on repeat for a while, and I just want to say, anybody who disagree with me that this stuff is a bop, I will find you, I will fight you, I will make it my life's mission to convince you that you were wrong, and I will remind you at every step of the turn in your life that you were wrong. You are wrong. This is a bop, man. I am, bro. You see me dance for all those children, man. I am proud of this. So at this point, I think I'm gonna just add a percussion loop, maybe some other stuff, sprinkle a little bit of seasoning on top, and then call it a day, because this beat doesn't need much else. Nah, I mean. Man, I realized that, I did a fresh install of FL Studio. I haven't even taken the time to properly name my channel, and that is something that I'm not used to doing. At least I'm not used to forgetting that I do it, because I'm pretty anal about preserving order in my session, and I've been working without that, and now I'm kind of just, I feel disgusted with myself. Okay, lastly, I think I'm gonna add another guitar pattern for the hook. And honestly, at that point, I can't think of anything that I deem necessary for the beat, so I'm gonna call it quits after that, because I don't want to oversaturate the beat. I don't want to overthink stuff, So one more final guitar pattern, maybe some arrangement, and after that, it's a wrap, y'all. Alright, so good folks, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient and thank you for having enjoyed this video. And if you did genuinely enjoy this video, please drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, run and tell all your friends about Valentine the Plug. Nah, me. Thank you for bearing with me. Enjoy the beat, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.